Imagine pouring a thick golden amber syrup over your morning bread. It is completely pure. It is packed with natural properties that fight inflammation and soothe a dry cough. And the best part? It costs absolutely nothing to make. Not a single bee was needed to produce this jar of liquid gold. The secret ingredient is likely blooming in your own backyard right this very moment. But here's the shocking truth. Instead of harvesting it, you have probably spent your entire life trying to eradicate it. This remarkable healing plant has been globally branded as the most obnoxious, stubborn weed on the face of the earth. Why would a free medicinal superfood be universally despised? Why have we been blindly taught to destroy the exact same plant our ancestors used to survive? The answer will change the way you look at your garden forever. To uncover the truth, we must travel back to the unforgiving landscape of the Jura Mountains in the 19th century. Straddling the border of France and Switzerland, the winters here were brutal and long. For the peasant farmers isolated in these highlands, survival was a daily battle. Refined sugar and authentic bee honey were rare luxuries, reserved exclusively for the wealthy elite. The working class had to rely on whatever the earth generously offered them. When the spring snow finally melted, they did not see a landscape ruined by weeds. They saw a field of bright yellow salvation, the humble dandelion. Driven by necessity, these farmers developed a brilliant method to capture the life force of these flowers. By slowly simmering the petals, they created a thick, golden reduction. They called it cramaillotte, or as it became widely known, the honey of the poor. For generations, cramaillotte was the heartbeat of rural pantries across Europe. It provided the only source of sweetness for thousands of families during times of deep scarcity. But it was far more than just a culinary staple to spread on bread. It was a potent, traditional medicine handed down through centuries, relied upon to fortify the body against the harsh alpine cold. This is not some fleeting internet trend or modern life hack. This is a respected agricultural heritage, a masterpiece of human resilience that was nearly erased from history. But how exactly does a wildflower transform into a medicinal masterpiece without ever passing through the digestive tract of a bee? The answer lies hidden deep within the complex biology of the dandelion itself. When you hold one of these bright yellow blossoms, you are not just holding a single flower. You are actually looking at a dense cluster of hundreds of tiny, individual florets. Hidden at the base of each microscopic petal is an incredibly rich reserve of natural pollen and micronectar. But the true magic is found in its chemical composition. Modern botanical science has revealed that these golden petals are heavily packed with terexasterol. This is a highly potent plant compound, clinically recognized for its exceptional ability to fight severe inflammation in the human body. Alongside it is a massive concentration of inulin. This acts as a powerful natural prebiotic. It serves as premium fuel to rebuild and protect your digestive microbiome, strengthening your immune system from the inside out. This plant is not a parasite stealing nutrients from your lawn. It is a highly evolved, self-contained pharmacy. Its deep tap roots draw up rare, vital minerals from deep underground, storing them right inside its vibrant yellow crown, just waiting to be unlocked. Now that we understand the immense power held within these petals, how do we release it? The process requires patience, precision, and a touch of botanical alchemy. First, there is one unbreakable rule. You must only harvest from untouched ground. Never collect flowers near roadsides or from lawns treated with chemical sprays. Wait for a bright, sunny afternoon. This is when the blossoms are fully open, and their pollen count is at its absolute peak. You will need about 4 cups of these vibrant flower heads. Now comes the most critical step. This is the secret that separates a master from an amateur. You must meticulously remove every single green part at the base of the flower. That green base contains a milky white latex. It is incredibly bitter. Even a small amount of this latex will completely destroy the flavor of your entire batch. You only want the pure yellow petals. Place your yellow petals into a stainless steel pot. Pour in 4 cups of pure water, but here is where the true chemical transformation begins. You must add several thick slices of organic lemon, keeping the rind completely intact. Bring this mixture to a gentle simmer for 30 minutes. This slow heat safely draws out the micronectar, the essential oils, and the medicinal compounds from the petals into the water. Turn off the heat and let it steep overnight to deepen the flavor. The next day, strain the liquid through a fine cloth, squeezing out every last drop of that precious golden tea. Return the pure liquid to the pot and add organic cane sugar. As you slowly heat the mixture, a fascinating biological reaction takes place. The natural pectin locked inside the lemon rind begins to activate. Under the precise application of heat, this pectin creates a binding network with the sugar and the dandelion extract. This chain reaction fundamentally changes the molecular structure of the liquid. It creates the exact viscosity, the rich thickness, and the beautiful light refraction of traditional bee honey. You are not just making a simple syrup, you are triggering a botanical fusion. In the spring of 2022, an independent homesteading family in Ohio decided to put this forgotten recipe to the ultimate test. They stopped buying expensive commercial honey completely. Instead, they spent a single weekend harvesting the bright yellow weeds dotting their property. From $0 in core ingredients, they yielded 15 jars of pure dandelion honey. To buy that same amount of raw, artisanal honey would have cost them over $250. But the true test was the flavor. They hosted a blind taste test with 20 local community members. The results were astounding. 18 out of the 20 people could not tell the difference between the dandelion honey and expensive, bee-produced wildflower honey. The testers described a smooth floral sweetness, a rich taste with delicate hints of fresh apples and spring meadows, with absolutely no bitter aftertaste. Furthermore, even after 2 years in a dark pantry, those jars remained perfectly preserved, never crystallizing or losing their medicinal potency. The final product is an absolute triumph of nature. We should all have jars of this golden medicine in our cupboards. We should all have grown up knowing this incredible, delicate flavor, and we would have, if it were not for a massive, heavily funded deception that began in the 1950s. Following the Second World War, chemical corporations had just perfected a powerful new synthetic herbicide. It was known as 2,4-D. This specific chemical was highly unusual for its time. It was designed to systematically destroy broadleaf plants while miraculously leaving narrow blades of grass completely unharmed. Suddenly, these corporations were sitting on an absolute gold mine, but they faced one major problem. In order to sell millions of gallons of this new chemical to everyday suburban homeowners, they needed to manufacture a villain. They needed an enemy for the public to fight. The dandelion was the perfect target. It was abundant, highly visible, and its wind-blown seeds made it practically unstoppable. Through a relentless, aggressive marketing campaign, the modern lawn care industry completely rewrote our cultural mindset. They brainwashed entire generations into believing that a uniform, artificially green lawn was the ultimate symbol of social success and respectability. Conversely, they taught us that the bright yellow crown of a dandelion was a shameful sign of a lazy, neglectful homeowner. This was not an accidental shift in landscaping trends. It was a highly calculated business strategy that birthed a $35 billion agrochemical empire. By convincing the public to wage a never-ending chemical war on their own backyards, these corporations accomplished something far more sinister than just selling toxic weed killers. They successfully severed our deep connection to the earth. They intentionally made us forget how to feed and heal ourselves for free. They took away our self-reliance and transformed us into dependent, paying consumers, completely blind to the liquid gold growing right under our feet. The next time you step out into your garden, you have a crucial choice to make. The dandelion is not a stubborn weed. It is a resilient survivor. It is a free source of pure, golden nourishment that absolutely refused to be eradicated by decades of chemical warfare. So ask yourself this. From now on, when you look out at those bright yellow petals scattered across your grass, what will you see? An unwanted invader that needs to be poisoned? Or an endless supply of wild medicinal honey just waiting to be harvested? It is time to reclaim your backyard. Save this video to your playlist right now so you have this exact recipe ready and waiting for your very next weeding session. And drop a comment below to let me know. Have you ever tasted the forgotten magic of dandelion honey? Do not forget to subscribe to the channel as we continue to unearth the lost agricultural secrets they hoped you would never find.